In this realm of dreams, where time stands still and moonlight weaves its magic spell, we find ourselves in the company of an elderly gentleman whose life is deeply entwined with the rhythms of the moon. As dusk descends and shadows grow long, he begins his nightly ritual, tradition that echoes the timeless tale of Goodnight Moon. He bids adieu to the familiar sights that have graced his life's journey, each object holding a treasure trove of memories. The ticking clock whispers tales of moments gone by, while the soft glow of the lamp casts dancing shadows that mimic the flickering flames of a hearth long extinguished. The very walls of his house seem to sigh with the weight of years, their silence speaking volumes of laughter, love, and dreams that once filled these hallowed halls. And out there beyond the window pane, the night sky blazes with stars, each twinkling light a silent witness to the countless stories that have unfolded beneath its watchful gaze over the years. With gentle steps, he makes his way to the chair beside the window, where the comforting embrace of the rocking motion has cradled countless moments of tranquility. As the moon ascends its celestial throne in the velvety expanse of the night sky, it bathes the room in its ethereal glow. In the depths of this quiet room, the old man finds solace in the companionship of the moon, sharing with it the secrets of his heart and the bittersweet pangs of nostalgia. Each creak of the rocking chair, each sigh of the aging house, becomes a note in the symphony of his life's journey. As the night deepens, the moon climbs higher, becoming a silent confidant to the old man's tales. With eyes that hold the wisdom of a life well lived, he traces the contours of his memories, each one a precious gem in the mosaic of his existence. The moonlight, like liquid silver, paints the room in hues of the past. The shadows lengthen and stretch, becoming phantoms of joy, sorrow, and love that have walked these very floors. And in the hushed stillness, the only sound is the gentle rhythm of the rocking chair, a lullaby that soothes the soul and quiets the mind. And then, as if echoing his innermost thoughts, a faint scratching sound breaks the quietude. Startled, he turns toward the noise and sees a small kitten cautiously making its way into the room. Its eyes wide with innocent curiosity, the kitten approaches the old man, its tiny paws making soft paw prints on the wooden floor. It seems as if the kitten has come to seek comfort in the presence of the wise old man, just as he has sought solace in the moonlight and the fading echoes of his past. The old man watches the kitten with a mixture of amusement and tenderness, a faint smile gracing his lips. In this moment of quiet communion, he sees a reflection of his own journey, the innocence and wonder of a new life beginning, mirroring the start of his own long ago. The rhythmic creaking of the rocking chair continues, now accompanied by the soft padding of the kitten's paws. Together, they form a tableau of intergenerational connection, a testament to the enduring power of life's cycles. As the hours drift by, the old man feels a sense of calm settle over him, a tranquility that comes from a life fully lived and a heart full of cherished memories. With the kitten curled up contentedly at his feet, he closes his eyes, surrendering to the gentle embrace of the night. The moon, a silent observer of human emotions, watches over them both, its soft glow enveloping them in a blanket of peace. Time seems to stand still in this quiet sanctuary, allowing the old man and the kitten to bask in the beauty of the present moment. Then, as the first hints of dawn begin to paint the eastern sky, the kitten, rejuvenated by the warmth of the old man's presence, rises and stretches, its eyes shining with newfound energy. With a graceful leap, it disappears out the open window, leaving the old man to wake from his slumber and face the dawning day. He rises slowly, his joints aching with the stiffness of age, but his heart feeling lighter than it has in years. As he moves about the room, it can't help but smile at the thought of the kitten's playful spirit returning to the wild embrace of the world. He sees in it a reflection of his own youthful energy, a reminder of the boundless adventures that once filled his days. The old man walks over to the window and looks out at the world, now bathed in the golden hues of morning. As he gazes at the horizon, he thinks about the cycle of life, the passage of time, and the bittersweet nature of change. But there's a new sense of clarity in his heart, a newfound appreciation for each new day that dawns. He remembers the countless dreams he chased, the loves he held dear, and the challenges he overcame. With each passing year, his life had been a tapestry woven with the threads of experience, some dark and somber, others vibrant and full of mirth. But as he stood there bathed in the soft morning light, he realized that it was all a part of his story, a story that had led him to this very moment. The old man turns away from the window and looks around the room, seeing not just the objects that filled it, but the memories they represented. The ticking clock reminded him of moments that slipped through his fingers, but also of the fleeting nature of life itself. The soft glow of the lamp seemed to whisper tales of laughter and camaraderie shared in its light, and the very walls of the house echoed with the footsteps of loved ones who had walked these floors before him. He thought of his childhood, of dreams that danced in his head and adventures that awaited just beyond his front door. Then he thought of love, of the warmth of human touch, and the comfort of companionship. These memories, like precious gems, were tucked away in the chambers of his heart. He walked over to his chair beside the window, the same chair where he had sat for so many nights, sharing his stories with the moon. As he sat down, he felt a deep sense of gratitude, not just for the life he had lived, but for the opportunity to reflect on it in the twilight years. The sun streamed in through the window, casting a warm glow on his face. It was a new day, a fresh start, and he was filled with a renewed sense of purpose. He didn't know what the future held, but he was ready to embrace it with open arms, knowing that every moment was a gift. And as the sun climbed higher in the sky, the old man got up from his chair, his joints protesting with pops and cracks. He moved with the slow grace of one who had seen much of life, his eyes filled with a quiet dignity. He began to tidy up the room, straightening the cushions on his chair and placing a blanket over the footrest. With gentle hands, he adjusted the lamp on the table, its soft glow illuminating the dust motes dancing in the sunbeams. He looked around the room, taking in the quiet beauty of it all, and a smile touched his lips. It was just an ordinary room, filled with ordinary objects that held extraordinary memories, and as he continued his simple chores, he couldn't help but hum a tune, a melody that spoke of contentment and the quiet joys of a life well lived. Outside, the world bustled with activity, but in this hushed room the old man found peace. For he knew that in the tapestry of life, it wasn't the grand gestures that mattered most, but the quiet moments of reflection and gratitude that truly made life rich. And so the old man spent his day lost in the labyrinth of his memories, each corner holding a new discovery, each recollection bringing a smile to his lips or a tear to his eye. He reminisced about his youth, his loves, his losses, and his triumphs, each moment a thread in the intricate fabric of his existence. As the evening approached, he prepared for bed, his movements slow and deliberate, like the closing notes of a well-loved song. He had reached the end of another day, another verse in the epic poem that was his life. As darkness enveloped the room, he lay in bed, staring at the ceiling, his mind a kaleidoscope of memories. Then he remembered the kitten, its soft fur and playful eyes, a reminder of the enduring spirit of life. A faint smile touched his lips as he drifted off to sleep, his heart full of a day's worth of memories. And as the moon climbed higher in the night sky, it cast its silvery light on the sleeping old man, bathing him in its gentle glow. In the quiet of the night, under the watchful gaze of the moon, the old man dreamt. He dreamt of chasing fireflies with children's laughter, echoing in his ears, of walking hand in hand with a beloved under a sky ablaze with stars, and of the soft purr of a contented kitten curled up at his feet. His dreams were a tapestry woven with the threads of his memories, each one a precious gem in the vast expanse of his life's journey. And as he slept, the moon continued its silent vigil, a constant presence in the ever-changing drama of his existence. It had been a companion to countless generations, a silent witness to the joys and sorrows, hopes and dreams that had unfolded beneath its gentle light. And tonight, as it bathed the old man in its ethereal glow, it whispered tales of a life well lived, a life that had mirrored its own journey through the vast expanse of time.